Welcome into the business suite here at Maximum Blackness. You already know what time of the week it is. We are here to get your business mind right, just like we get your mental health mind right each week, okay? And y'all know I'm here with Tessa, my co-host, and I Sparkle Spunt the Block this week. She up in here with us. She's going to talk about
What up?
some
What up?
business with us, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And y'all know, stay max to the black.
Yep, yep. Let's jump in. Nice to see everybody back here.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's always nice to be in the Maximum Blackness house. Now, today, last time we were in the business suite, excuse me, we talked about how you should think about how you should think about what you want to do before you start your business, so that you're not, wasting a lot of money and just wasting your time altogether, pretty much. So this week, we thought it was important to speak about researching your market. Anybody know what that means?
Hmm. Well, I take it you're gonna research the things that you would need to make sure that your business is gonna flourish. Boom.
That sounds right, Tessa. You want to research the things that you need to make sure your business is going to flourish. That is exactly what researching your market is. So once you've defined what you want to do, now you got to go dig a little deeper. And first things first, I feel it's really important that you define your target market, which is the certain type of people that you want to sell your product to. Do you want to sell to older people, younger people, mixed generations? Do you want people that thinks a certain way or that lives in a certain area? You have to research and see where your business, again, like Tessa said, is going to flourish. Do you
Mm-hmm.
have any tips on that, Tessa?
My biggest tip to anybody who does this, and it's the hardest thing, the easiest thing to say, but the hardest thing that I found for people to do who I have worked with is to map it from start to finish. And I literally say the word map. Like the smallest things is going to count when you are researching and putting your business together. Whether it's from where you're going to market, who you're going to market to, how you're going to market, what money you're going to market with, how you going to get there, what's going to take, how many people, like all of that matters down to a T. Because you don't want to skip a heartbeat and then, be like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get these funds from? Or why did I not get to this? Why did I miss this? A lot of times restaurants used to be the number one thing when they say this as an example. Like they fail within the first year or two because they don't map it out properly. They don't map out the amount of money they got to put into the food costs, the inventory, the employees, the expenses for you even owning the building that you're going to be, standing in. Like you gotta map
Facts.
it out down to your napkins, like your gas. It all matters. It all matters. And don't be so hard on yourself. Just know you got to get it back to your taxes.
Yeah, you definitely write it off.
Write it off.
You get to
Hey.
write it off on your taxes, okay?
Yes. Like
Now, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
no,
ahead.
that's it. I was just like agreeing.
Okay, all right, all right. I Sparkle, you got anything you want to input on researching, your target market, or any input on that?
Honestly, I'm just getting all the good info, learning as we go,
Okay.
because this is something that eventually I do want to step into. So, y'all see me out and put out my notebook. I might be a little quiet, but I'm following along, you know what I'm saying? This is some good stuff. So,
Good.
Okay. Well, go ahead and Sparkle and take those notes, because we definitely want everyone to get all of this and, utilize it, because that's what we're here to do, to help you flourish, like
Hmm.
Tessa said.
Yes.
So, if you're thinking about starting some type of, I don't know, let's say you want to start selling swimming pools. You can build a pool like nobody else can. You get what I'm saying? You want to make sure you research the type of people you want to sell pools to. Do you want to sell them to companies? Do you want to sell them to residential homes? Do you want to sell them to, some other type of demographic that you're thinking of? Because just because we're talking about the basics, you could be thinking about something totally different of people that you want to market to. So
Hmm.
this is just an example. I just want you to visualize and start mapping it out like Tessa said from start to finish, because that's going to help you stay focused. And I think that helps with your long-term and short-term goals too. After you've mapped stuff out, you can start making those long-term, short-term goals and start achieving them.
Yes, and if you really looking to map it out, I want to just say, hey, make big circles first. It's almost like creating a tree or writing an essay. One of the two. People like to write, so hey, write an essay. What is it that you are looking to do, and go back and fill it in. Make a tree out of it. The big things to the small things within that tree. You got limbs, you got branches, you got the seeds, you got all that. Foundation wise, build it. But then you got people who like math. Okay, create a math tree. You have to put 9 plus 9 plus 9 equals 27, and map your business out however you see fit in your mind, and go back and fill it in. Don't be hard on yourself, because that's where you're gonna mess up at. Just yeah, you're gonna mess up on if you be hard on yourself.
Failure is good though.
It is. Failure is very great. Don't be hard on yourself.
Marketing.
You're gonna fail today, tomorrow, 5 years from now. We might go bankrupt. So just letting you know. But hey, you made it for 5 years and you can bounce back. Just map it. Just ooh,
Lay it out, put
lay
it
it
in the
out. Because
air.
once you map it, you able to finance it. I promise you that. And that's what
Hold
people
on.
like to hear.
I think we should because I like the way you put it in the terms of a tree. I think we should try to map out a tree and give them an example of it at some point, or we should maybe map it out before we get on the show, and just like
Give
I
them an
think we should map
example.
out that tree. Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
give them an example of that tree because I like the way you put that. Put the big problems at the top, and the little problems at the bottom, because those are going to be the roots, if you ask me. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See,
Yep.
we maxing y'all to the blacks in this
Max to the
business
black.
speak. Maxing your business, okay?
Look.
Now, and another thing when you're researching your market is you want to make sure you go out into the field, of course, and do the research you need, talk to the people that you need to, and then you want to collect all that data and analyze it. So when you go out there and research your market, you want to talk to people, do surveys, if that makes sense. A lot of companies do surveys, they do interviews, they do focus groups or observations and things like that. And if you do get to talk to people, a good tip is to ask open-ended questions about your product, okay?
Mm.
So that way you can get
Mm.
some good feedback. Did I touch something?
Yes, you did. That is a key thing. Open-ended questions is a key thing in business these days, because if you
Yes.
sit there and make a statement, what are you looking for to get back in return? Like, for real. Open-ended questions, how you get to know somebody. You
Yep.
know, you got to ask questions. You got to keep them going. You got to keep them talking to you, so you can come back and say, hey, oh, this is what they need. Let me see if I can get this to them. Because otherwise,
Hmm.
you're not getting nothing back. You're just having a conversation with yourself.
Definitely is. That is true. So you definitely want to ask the right questions, or you're going to get the wrong reactions or answers back. Because the more you talk to that client, they're going to gradually tell you what they need without you even asking.
There's one
That.
other thing that I like to peep on the on the conversation, open-ended questions. You should go research how many companies actually started their businesses with word of mouth. No,
I
no
think you
marketing
find a
with.
lot.
Yep, no marketing with, flyers, or, you know, all of the I need to pay for ads online. How many actually started by word of mouth? And the reason why I pull that out is because it becomes personal at that point, and people will come to your business off being personal with you.
Definitely, that is true. Word of mouth is still a very strong way to get clients in your door. It is very, very good if you got somebody that's going to vouch for your business. That means you're doing a good job. Don't be out here
Mm-hmm.
lying. Don't be out here lying, and don't be
Because
out here
some people
lying
got the
though.
gift of gab. Keep the gift of gab in your pocket, okay? Bring it out when you need to. But that mouth is a money maker. Sometimes you need to go work it. Yeah, work it.
You definitely do, and if I feel like starting any business, you going into sales most like you selling your product, okay? So you got to really um get customer service down. You want to have a strong customer service foundation on top of sales. So, because those together will get you a sale 50% of the time. That's what I'm saying, if you ask me. Because I work in sales now, and my customer service skills with the sales skills that I have, when I'm talking to a client that I know is gonna sell, I close the deal because I
Yeah,
got
it's
them
all
talking.
about
They
not
told me
wanting
what
the
they
dollar.
need.
It's all about wanting to know somebody as opposed to not wanting that dollar. I work in sales too, and I get it. Like they rather know that you know the product, that you care about that product, that you care about them and their product, than to think about that
Mm-hmm.
dollar. Because they'll spend that
Yeah.
dollar. Don't worry about the dollar. Worry about what you
Mm-hmm.
getting to get that dollar. Like, and that'd be the hard part for people. I mean, if I had to ask a question, any what's something you say will be your biggest failure right now that you would work on? Like something that you would need to work on to make something flourish in your business.
Something I would need to work on to make something flourish in my business. On the real, taking rejections is something that I would need to work on. I am a person, I don't like to be rejected, and working in sales, I've worked on it a lot. Because they hang up on you, they cuss you out, they don't want what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like I done been through all of that, so I think rejection with my own business is gonna be a big thing for me to overcome because now I'm being personal because it's mine. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So as a business owner, you have to figure out ways to navigate.
Yeah.
That's a
If
big
I had
thing
to say
too.
what mine is, it would be me having a social part to it. Like I don't like to socialize for business. I don't. I want to just get to it, and yes, I'm gonna tell you what you got, what you need, but I don't want to do much more socializing outside of
You
what I
gotta
have
come
to
out
do.
of that. I used to
You
be
gotta come,
that way.
and a
You
lot of
gotta
stuff
come
I
out of
do,
that.
needs to be socialized. Need to make some friends. Need to have all this commitment to them, and so that's my
Yeah.
downfall. It holds
Yeah.
back my money, and I get everything y'all saying, but everything is an everyday process, and hmm, it's the answer to everything that we gonna do today. How about we get
Yeah.
them answers later on?
Hey,
Okay.
you right about that. And just keep going on. You see how all three of us have our different issues. Like I used to be in eye sparkle spot too. Just getting going was an issue. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's still the issue where you gotta start over from going from being on step 5 and you get knocked back down. It's hard to get back
Yeah.
up sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Life be life and life be life.
Woo! My manager just said
Like
that today.
trying to
Life be
business,
life.
yes, yes,
And there's nothing you can do about it because it's gonna keep lifing. But make sure you analyze that data, collect that data first, and analyze it so that you can know hell upon another part of your map. Because this is helping you
Mm-hmm.
piece together that map. So make sure you get out there and do the work and talk to people. Because be more social so that that doesn't hold you back. Be more I'm not gonna say be more, yeah, be more forgiving of rejections to yourself because when you get rejected, you feel bad. You feel like it was you. So don't be so hard on
Ooh.
yourself when it comes to rejections. And whenever
Let
it
me
comes
tell you
to
something.
uh
Rejection is not always a rejection. Let me tell you the rule of thumb in sales and like big sales. A rejection is not always a rejection. A rejection is when somebody tell you no. And 99% of the time, anybody told you no. We took it as a no. We take it as a
Mm-hmm.
no. They ain't tell us no. They ain't say yeah. They ain't say maybe. They just shook their head at us and just listened. They might have
yeah,
Yeah.
even gave us their phone number, their email address, but they ain't say no. They just said not
Right.
right now. It's a
Right.
lead base. You might not get them today to say yeah, but you got something from them, which was an email and a phone number, and said I can contact you later on, 6 months from now, a year from now.
big
I'm gonna make a
facts,
sale off your ass, one way or the other, today, tomorrow. But you did not get a no. A rejection
big
is not
facts.
always a no.
That part.
I'm happy you said that because at work you'll get somebody that's cussing you out today, but call them back in a few hours or maybe a few days. They probably might have a new attitude. You probably just
Thank
caught
Mm-hmm.
them on a bad
you.
day.
Thank you. Like, take them rejections as a okay, I got you. I'm gonna come back at you. Watch. Well, can I get
Mhm.
you back in 3 weeks and see how you feel about it? Can I get you back in 6 months since you already got somebody? I just want to know where you at. Like, I
Yep.
want to be on your tail. And I let me take you out to lunch in 6 months and see where you at. Cause sometimes They want that personal commitment. I'm just personal. People like that touch. The world is no longer an affectionate world. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
people be wanting to see that touch from their businesses, and we're
Yeah.
black-owned businesses. Mm.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. So you know you
They
got to give
definitely
it
want
to
to see
them
it
a
from
little
us.
harder. Say
Mm.
that again, now, Sparkle.
I said they definitely want to see it from us.
Definitely. We always have to do things 10 times more, but I ain't even finna get into all that. Y'all don't forget to say
Okay, I'm done. We
back to
done.
the
Business
black.
is getting on us. Okay,
And
okay.
and y'all make sure that y'all come back to the business suite so we can keep giving y'all more tips on how to get y'all business started. And we're gonna go beyond that at some point, but this is where we at right now because there's a lot of people that's here all the time. Okay, so check in. Got anything you want to say, Tessa?
No, I just thank y'all for continuing to show up. Thank you for showing up. I Sparkle. Hey, what's up? And
Yeah, yeah.
hey, keep coming back. We're gonna keep giving y'all some good information, and hopefully y'all take it and go get
Most
y'all some
certainly.
business.
Definitely, and y'all give Tessa some likes and comments about that hell she got over there. She back with the spicy fire red again, y'all. She was
Get
with
it,
it
get
last
it,
week
get it.
too.
Damn,
All
damn,
right, we'll be
damn.
back next week with some more business sweets. Stay Max to the Black.